Welcome to CC News English from GEMC Networks. Join with nature, joy with the future. Hi everyone. The latest news you need to know regardless of party. Please subscribe the CC News English channel and press the accompanying bell symbol. Check out the latest videos. Don't forget to post your thoughts in comment sections. Share our videos with your family and circle of friends. Please continue to lend your utmost support to the programs we provide to create an healthy and honest world, free from robbery and corruption. Thanks to all the well-wishers for their support. I am Guru, Chief News Editor of CC News English, founder and CEO of GEMC Networks. Thank you. Goodbye.
You all think I'm kidding, don't you? Anyway, learning native language leads to better outcomes in school, builds confidence in students, and passes down old traditions to new generations. It matters, but it didn't stop there. Together, we're continuing to make a difference. I also made the largest single investment in our nation's infrastructure since President Eisenhower's National Highway Program, the biggest investment in Indian country infrastructure ever in history. More than $13 billion in rebuilding infrastructure in Indian country. And to state the obvious, is long overdue. And we're putting it to work together, building water infrastructure for clean drinking water, safer plumbing systems, delivering affordable high-speed internet, repairing roads and bridges, restoring waterways that are now blocked by roads and highways that affect the migration of salmon that's essential to the livelihoods and cultures of so many tribes, electrifying diesel school buses, so tribal children don't breathe that polluted air generated by diesel engines. And in South Dakota, $29 million of infrastructure funding to help us repair two old dams built in the 40s, and the first in the 40s, the other in the 60s, on the Pine Ridge Reservation. For years and years now, the tribes have lived in the shadow of disaster, worried the dams would break, destroy their communities. So soon they'll be able to sleep a much more peaceful night knowing those dams have been fully repaired and rebuilt. This past summer, we're also ushered in a new era of confronting and adapting to the climate crisis. I signed a law that made the biggest investment ever in all of history. That includes $700 million exclusively for Native communities. I see our Secretary of Agriculture here, who's also made it clear and made a major contribution on seeing to it that we use farmlands to absorb carbon from the air and so much more and pay farmers for doing it. It's going to help mitigate the impacts of extreme droughts and wildfires, rising sea levels that affect the sources of tribal foods, tribal resources, tribal traditions, tribal ways of life. It's going to bring clean electricity into your homes. It's going to develop homegrown clean energy so Indian country helps lead the future to the goal we've set of 100% carbon pollution-free electricity by the year 2035. You're all part of that, and you're going to help lead that. To ensure these investments reach native lands, my administration is going to work with the tribes to help them transition to clean energy development and do it quickly. That includes the federal government as the largest single energy consumer in the world, buying more carbon-free electricity from tribal energy producers. We're also going to launch a new electric vehicle initiative for tribal nations to ensure that our nationwide electric vehicle network includes native communities. And, as all of you know, there are tribal communities at risk of being washed away by superstorms, rising sea levels, and wildfires raging. I've flown over literally several thousand acres of the storms and the fires that have been in the West in particular, and also down in the Southwest. And it's devastating. That's why today I'm announcing a $135 million commitment to help 11 tribal communities from Maine, Louisiana, Arizona, Washington State, and Alaska to move, in some cases, their entire communities back to safer ground and pay for that. I've also requested $9.1 billion, that's with a B, billion dollars, for the Indian Health Services. I've asked Congress for the first time ever to make that funding mandatory, a mandatory part of the federal budget. That means the funding would always be there, and it insulates Indian Health Services from budget uncertainties to make it harder to deliver the care Indian country needs and deserves. Thank you. Well, thank you.